A very good morning. I hope you're all good and well. Right then, brand new show. Returning favourites?
It is completely, yes.
Jamie's here as well. You all right? You all good?
I'm good. You
well
okay?
rested?
Absolutely.
Cup of tea, biscuits.
Very comfy sofas upstairs, aren't they?
Very comfy sofas.
Lovely.
I nipped to the academy because it's free tea and coffee and they had biscuits.
Oh, you didn't tell me that, did you?
Oh, yes.
Tea and coffee and
I go
biscuits.
for a route about the building while I'm here. If you don't know how to shop already, it's very, very simple. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on Instagram, or if you're on the website, you literally type in comments like you would on a Facebook Live. So you type the word shop and then the code we're about to give you, i.e. shop bundle, which would get you everything you're currently seeing in front of us at the moment. We'll then create a virtual basket, and from that virtual basket, we will then be in contact for you to check out. It is very, very easy, but these are beautiful.
These are cute.
These are right up my street.
Do you like these?
This is the sort of craft I can do because it's a bit colouring book-esque.
Absolutely.
And you can go into scrapbooks or you could do the cards with them if you wanted to.
Any direction you wish, even framed sort of artwork, home decor, it all works. And you can't go wrong because it's all in one pack for you.
So this is the big bundle. So this is shop bundle, £114.99. You're going to get everything we're about to show you. I just like the concept of this because I feel they sort of mix and match because all the scale looks the same.
They do. So yeah, we've got 3 different characters for you, and we'll start off by introducing you to Freddie the Fisherman. But Freddie the Fisherman can completely be interchanged with Hazardous Henry or Deirdre the Disco Diva.
I love it.
So it all, as you say, everything is scaled to fit, so absolutely interchange between them. In your set, you will receive both the stamps and the dies, so everything coordinates for you to be cut out and built up. There's just a couple of elements which of course don't need dies, like sentiments and background stamps, but everything you see up here has your matching stamp and die set for you. And then once you've cut out your characters, then you can start bringing them to life with colouring and shading and really telling the story of what you want them to be. So obviously Freddie is out fishing, he's worked hard, but he of course has a day job, so he goes and helps Henry, who of course is a mechanic. So we've got the little spanner that comes from Henry we'll look at in a moment, some of the signs and bits as well. On his lunch break, Freddie went to the pub, fell in with the wrong crowd,
Look at him now.
ended up coming out a little bit like Ozzy Osbourne. Again, absolutely fine to do so if you want to give them tattoos, piercings, extra detail to their clothing. There's no reason why you can't. It's up to you where you want to take them and where you want to stop. What story you want to tell with them. Maybe it is about a birthday card. Maybe it is about a party card. Maybe it is about Christmas and you want to decorate them up for Christmas. There's no stopping where you can take these and what you can achieve with them.
We've only seen one so far, but they were making amazing bunting.
They would, yes, yeah, you could go off in that tangent with them,
and
absolutely.
Also because you get them in stamp form as well, stamping onto canvas and then stitching them.
Why not? There's no reason why you couldn't. You could just colour them if you're not into stitching. You could colour them with fabric markers, fabric paints if you wanted to. Yeah, there's no reason why not. It'd just be down to the ink that you're working with to if that'll be okay. Then we move on to Hazardous Henry. So in with Hazardous Henry, we've again got our 5 dies and 8 different stamps, giving you all of the components you're going to need to build the scene for Henry to be sort of hard at work and to start his story. Again, Henry doesn't just have to be a mechanic or a builder or whatever you'd like him to be. He could also be James Bond.
Oh.
Why wouldn't he? Of an evening. But it's down to you again where you take this character and the story that you wish to tell. Maybe you want to make a little booklet with them. Maybe you want, as you say, use them for an album. Maybe you want to make little gift boxes with them. It's all up to you. Here you've got Freddie and Henry, actually with all of the balloons and party elements that you're going to see coming with Deirdre shortly. Deirdre. So it's down to you where you put them. Here we've got Henry out fishing. Because again, he needed a rest. He's had a hard day. So yeah, play around with those ones. Let's introduce you to our last one.
Oh, here we go.
This one is Deirdre. Deirdre, our disco diva. She does love a bit of a tipple. She is a bit of a party animal and she loves ABBA. That's going to get a groove in. So Deirdre again has her whole little set of stamps, all of the different components she needs to set the scene, including a disco ball. Because of course she needs that. Got to have a disco ball. So yeah, all of the elements in this one, once again for you, stamps and die sets. There's actually 5 dies and 10 stamps in that set, including a couple of verses too to set the scene. And of course, Deirdre doesn't just have to be out partying. She too has a day job, so she's out there with her spanner doing some work. She might just be sort of used for cute and cuddly cards. She might go into that party animal scene. She might be proper on a bit of a drinking sesh.
Well, yes.
And having a good night out. this is all up to you where you take them and what scene you build for them.
Sharon summed up the dog for us. James Bone.
Very good, very good.
I like it.
We like
this a
that.
lot. Like this a lot. Loving all these ones. Remember, you're going to get the dies and the stamps included with this one, but we've still not done with this bundle.
We're
There is
not.
still more, and we get matching stencils.
So with each of these, we decided that we'd give you sort of the front or the foreground as such. We needed to give you the background. So if we start off here, this one is our canine paws and bones. And this is, of course, designed to go with Henry. But, of course, can be used with all of your different animal pieces you've already got. You know, it doesn't have to be just with Henry, so you might wish for this one separately. Of course, with our stencils, these are actually cut from a slightly thicker mylar to what traditional stencils are cut from. So when we come to embossing them, you're going to achieve great depth with them. And whether you just want to do something simple to build up behind your matching sort of elements, or if you'd like to use it on its own, it's up to you.
So that is your matching one with Henry. From there, though, we can then move to your balloons. So this is all year. This is every occasion.
Absolutely. Whether it's New Year's, birthdays,
Yeah.
Christmases, it doesn't matter, does it? We always want a balloon. And this one, of course, is designed to go with Deirdre, so it's got all of the matching balloon and streamers that you're going to find within Deirdre's set, but again, could be used all throughout the year. This is actually a card we demoed when I was here last time with this collection, and we used our glitters, our gemstones glitters, to create the background through the stencil. Of course, just like the others, we can emboss this one. We can bring in our texture paste as well, or of course we could just do some simple inking to go through that one if you prefer.
It would work really well with the glitters that we bought you this morning. With the gemstone glitters really, really well if you wanted that little hint of little jazziness that you've got going on there. From there, we move into your spanners. Nice for Father's Day cards, this one.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't have to be anything to do with our lovely Cute Planet collection or Cuddly Clan collection. It can just be used on its own. As you say, it could even work with our mechanical collection that we bought you a little while ago and sort of build up the backgrounds to those ones. But of course, it does match in very nicely with Henry's sort of mechanical aspects, but again could be brought through into all of the characters. Whether you go for just clear texture paste, whether you ink it, whether you emboss it, is up to you.
Loving this, and you are loving it too. Now the stencils are available in a bundle should you want to go for the bundle on it, and I'll give you all those details in a moment. Let's look at the last one though.
And then this is our last one. This is our feline paws and bones. So of course designed to go with Freddie. Perfect for embossing once again, or great for inking through. This is a lovely little bag that Lynn's created. I've done a little bit of letter pressing to create this card with it. Maybe you just want to focus in on a small area. We always bring you large format stencils, but you don't have to use the whole thing. I'd prefer to bring you a large stencil and you use a small amount of it than have a small stencil that you're desperately trying to patch together, because it just doesn't work for me.
If you want to go for the stencils on their own, it's shop 4 is what you're looking at, and that will get you all 4 stencils, £21.99. Shop stencil. Oh, here we go again. I'm giving up with this prep malarkey. I'm going old school. Shop stencil, £21.99. It will get you all 4 of the stencils that you've got on this one that you are looking at. £21.99. But from there, we've still not finished with that bigger bundle though. So remember, in that big bundle, you are going to get all the stamps and dies. You're going to get all the stencils. You're also going to get your flowers.
We are. So this is our floral bouquet set. So in this set is actually 2 dies, but if by memory we've received 10 different elements, but we do them on die panels for you, so you don't have to worry about losing any of the pieces. As these cut, not only will they cut, they will also deboss for you. So you've got beautiful details coming in on the petals and throughout the foliage. Whether you choose once again to build this up with our lovely Cuddly Clan, or use these just as beautiful flowers on their own, or maybe mix and match them with some of the foliage pieces we've bought you previously, it's going to work for you. These flowers are intentionally designed a little bit more cartoony so that they fit in with this collection, but it doesn't mean you have to just leave them with that collection. They will certainly work for you with all of your other different sort of collections too.
If you want to go for this one, remember it is in that big bundle, and it is available individually as well, should you want to go that route. If you do want to get that die set on its own, the details will appear on the side of your screen. Shop Floral is what you're getting on this one. I don't know who sent me this iCard then, because it's well out of sync that you've got on here. Well out of sync. Shop Floral is what you're looking at on this one. Maybe they wanted this to be my last show ever.
Sabotage. Total sabotage.
I will give you them, and that's what I was sent. So
It's all right. It's fine.
Hours I spent doing them. Hours. Sellotape, glue. I thought, oh, Jamie will be impressed.
I was impressed. I am impressed. It doesn't diminish the level of impressedness.
It does for me. I'm still unemployed. Right, from there, let's move on to our alphabets.
Okay, so this is our Velvet script collection. Now, I know lots of you collect our different dies and sets. This script matches in with all of our sentiments, the ones that come with double stack layers. So it's all designed that you might have like the happy birthday in that set, for instance, and you want to put mum or dad or sister or maybe their actual names. It's up to you. But it gives you all of the pieces you need in the uppercase, the lowercase, and then the numbers to be able to take this off and create every page title, every sentiment you could ever want.
They're a nice size as well. They're a really nice size. They're not too small.
This is our medium set.
Oh, there's a bigger
which is
set.
a bit. There isn't yet, not yet, but there might be.
Wow.
Just telling you that this is the medium.
So this is the medium.
There might
set.
have to be a smaller and maybe a larger to go with them later
in the
the
same
year.
font. How beautiful are these? Because these, even as the medium set, regardless of what else in there, this could be the focal point on its own. It's that size that it can be the focal point, and you're not going to sort of lose them.
And if we start bringing in just a few samples, you know, if you want to make your door plaques for these and you want to make that sort of size in for your scrapbook pages, this is going to be perfect for you, which is why we chose to start here. We felt very much if we start with a medium set, you might want to add little details to go underneath some of these more sort of title-esque elements. Or you might want to do a big mum or a big dad maybe, but you're still going to come back to having that birthday being done in the medium font. So that was kind of why we've started in the middle.
And it's also legible, which sounds ridiculous. But normally, a swirly font, you can't, it's like doctor's writing.
You have to be very careful not to lose that sort of ability to read it.
But every letter is legible. You can read every single letter that's in it, so you know what those words are going to say. Shop Velvet, if you want to go for this one, £31 and 99 pence is what you're looking at. But this is all available in that big bundle, which will be all of the dies and stamps that you saw, all of the stencils, the florals, and the alphabet that you've got on this one. Now, it's £114 and 99 pence. Remember, you've got PayPal, you've got Klarna, and you've got ClearPay as well, so you can split the costs in many, many ways. But you get this for a little birthday gift or a Christmas gift for someone. I know it's early to talk about Christmas, but maybe you're going to split it up.
Never too early. We have to plan early though, don't we?
Well, we do. But you think this could be the occasion. So you've got birthdays in here. So maybe you give the characters for a birthday. That's one present. The stencils they've done well, or you just want a nice little gift for someone. And then you can give them the rest as a hamper or something like that. Yeah. There is so much in here. For £114, you really can't go wrong. You've got everything you are going to need. Something, well, I say everything you're going to need. You may already have them, but one thing you will need are your fundamentals. This is where this gives us your card blanks. This gives us the gutting of the card so you don't lose anything. And these are the circles. They
are. So on the small-in show, we brought you the squares and we told you that later we would be bringing you the circles. These are the circles we mentioned. So these are basically the most interchangeable set of circles I'd like to think you're ever going to see or ever going to need. And we kind of start off here at the base point with our plain circles. This set gives you 24 different options, starting at approximately 3/4 of an inch and going up to approximately 8 by 8 inches to give you a bit of a guide. We then move on and we'll go for these ones because these are my favourites. There's two different sets here. The first one is our scallop set, and this one comes with a pierced line. Now that pierced line is completely separate. It's not attached to either of the scallops you can see in the packet. And that means that you can take that pierced line and you can put it inside these plain circles if you prefer. It means that you could just put it onto your card blank. You don't have to use any of the outside circles. It could just be a detail that goes onto your card on its own. The choice is yours. So that gives you a second set of interchangeability. Then we move on and we've got our deckled circles with stitched lines. So again, the stitch line is completely separate from the decal edges, meaning that now we could take the stitch and place that inside the scallops. We could take that and place it inside the plain if we prefer. Then, because we didn't have enough fancy edges, we wanted to carry this on, so we've bought you the fluted edge set. This one has 11 dies in here, and again, that means all of these can be interchanged to go into these ones. So maybe you want a fluted outer edge with a pierced detail running around the centre of it, and then an aperture created with plain circles in the middle of that, that's going to work for you, because you can just pick and mix between all of these sets to create whatever style of frame or panel or card blank you wish to. Then the last one is our postage stamp set, which I think is probably my favourite, because I love that sort of vintage post stamp styling. And this one has 11 dies in here. Again, going to fit and interchange between all of the different ones to give you maximum flexibility.
But once again, look at the amount of dies that you
we're
are
not
getting.
Gonna attempt to add
No, we're not
again,
going to add
are
up.
we?
We fall down that one before.
We did.
We're not
We
going
tried,
down
we
that rabbit hole.
failed.
But what I was thinking is the amount of possibilities you've got with this must be in the hundreds.
I wouldn't even want to attempt to even
be.
think of it, because it's just astronomical. I'm bringing these in so you can see just the pierce and just the stitch, so they will literally stay on your card. So I've chose to cut these out with a circle around the edges, but if you want to leave them on your card, you want to overlap them, you want to change them, you know, multi-cut them, the choices are yours to do that with, but they will stay in place.
And they pierce all the way through, so now I'm thinking stitching.
Yes, you could if you wanted to.
If you've got one skein of thread and a really thin needle, you could quite easily be able to
and a lot
stitch.
of patience, more than I've got.
A lot of patience, but it would
You
work.
could. When I was here with Mel last time, she said about doing little dots with a pen, like
Yes,
a gel
that would
pen.
work as well.
That worked. That I could do.
You could do
That I could do.
a needle and thread.
Not so
No,
much.
thank you. But once again, these are just cut out as is. So this is just taking every single die that you've got in that set and just cut out. Not only have you got this, but what you've also got is the waist. But it's not waist. There's your card blanks.
Yep.
They're your apertures. So you've got apertures for all these as well that you are looking at, that you can go on more. You've got your plain circles. There's nothing plain about a circle, but do you know what I mean? You've got that base card before you start adding in your fancy shapes that you've got in these ones. £124.99, but when you break that down, the possibilities are endless. Genuinely, you will never need to buy another set of circle nesting dies again.
Should we attempt it? I think there's going to be the same 90 in this set as
I
you've got
daren't
in
because
the
my
other.
notes are all over the shop. So, 24.
You're going to leave it to me.
So that's
That's even more
40.
scary. 47.
So
Okay,
you've got
come on then.
23, 24, you've got 22, 11, 11.
91.
Oh, 91.
91 this time.
91.
91 circles. So 91 different outer edges. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would it be 91 times 5?
I don't know.
For how many possibilities there are?
I don't know.
I'm just
It
throwing it
can't
over.
be, surely.
Well, there's
No,
5
it would be
sets.
astronomically higher than that, wouldn't it? I don't know.
I don't know. Work it out in the comments and let me know, would you?
Yeah, come on.
That you've got on
No,
this one.
They're much more intelligent than I am.
Yeah, work it
They'll
out.
know.
Someone tell me. Someone will tell me.
Yeah.
How many possibilities would there be for these circles? Carol, you just need to refresh, my love. There are other people in the chat. I can see all the comments. So just refresh your comments and you'll be back with us. But you want to get all of these? £124.99 is what you're looking at, which is ridiculous value for money. 2 more things to show you before we go to demo. Is the litre worth of glue. I love this glue. And loads of people said this morning it's the best glue they've ever used.
We do get incredible reviews for our glue. I've had so many people say that they're swapping to this glue and using no other ever again, and that is amazing to hear, because obviously glues, there's so many of them out there, so to be able to impress that many people is incredible. So this is our 1 litre bottle. We'll talk about the smaller ones in a second, but this is your 1 litre. This is the equivalent to having 8 of the smaller bottles, but approximately 50% of the price of buying 8 of the
That's
bottles.
good to know.
Well, we want to save you as many pennies as we possibly can in any area that we can do. So if we can bring you bulk volume products and then bring the price down for you, we absolutely will do. And this is just one of the ones that we do that with.
Is it just for our papers? Can we use it on our MDF?
You can use it on your MDF, you can use it on your papers. Yeah, give it a try and see, but it dries clear. It goes on white, it's water-based. So if you wanted to dilute it down, you can do. I don't know if I'm going to find one quick enough, but we'll do it on the first demo. It also dries kind of, glossy is a bit of a reach, but it's got a bit of a sheen to it.
Okay.
So if you want to use it to do the eyes and the noses of the characters, that works really nicely. And it's not tacky like a lot of glue.
Can we use it as like cabochons? I know they'd be
If
thin,
you want
but
to,
could
yes,
we use
you could do,
dome
because of it would stay slightly domed and it won't be tacky. Like a lot of PVA glues tend to stay tacky, don't they? And you don't want that. So no.
But it dries clear. That's the bit you want. It will go on cloudy, but it will dry clear. If you want the litre version of this, you're looking at shop litre, £27.99. But then, if you're thinking, well, hang on, I just want to dabble. I just want to have a go before I go all out. Maybe this is the way to go for $12.99.
We highly recommend that you purchase these and then refill with the big bottle. There are little bottles you can purchase to refill with. I find this glue is a bit too thick, for want of a better word. So when it comes to go through the nozzle, it gets a bit cloggy. It's not the glue, it's just the consistency of it, if that makes sense. When we put it into our own bottles and we give you the choice of where you trim your nozzle, which is what you will receive, because these are sealed and you choose where you want to cut them. If you find it's a bit too thick to come through the nozzle, just trim it down slightly more. You're not going to do that with a metal tip. Our nozzles also, I don't know how, but magically they don't seem to clog, which is what we want. Even if you forget to leave the lid on, if you don't put it on, we have one lady, Alice, and she often appears in our comments. She's very, very kind and tells everybody how she left her lid off for 4 days and it still didn't block, which is lovely to hear, because the last thing we want to do is waste time and money hooking out glue that we don't need that's dried within the nozzle. So you've got your extra nozzle to go around the top of it, but you'll receive two glues in this pack.
Is it Alison Smith?
It is Alison.
Yeah, she's there again, raving about the glue.
She loves
raving about the glue. If you want to go for the glues, it's 125 mils, £12.99 is what you're looking at. There you go. You've seen everything that we've got on this show. Should we go and do some demos? Let's go and do some demos. We'll do-si-do.
Thank you.
And we're going to do some demos. If you've got any questions, queries, worries, woes, get your questions in as well that you're looking at. 10% of those circles have already gone. I'm still waiting for an overall figure. Alison, can you work it out for me? How many variants? There's 91 dies. There's 5 sets of dies. How many possibilities is there?
Is there a reason we've singled out Alison?
No.
No. Okay.
Not really.
Just wondered if we've suddenly had worked out Alison's a mathematician.
Well, I just thought because she raves about the glue, she may know stats about other things in the Jamie Rodgers range.
This is true.
Jane. Oh, here we go. Maybe wrong, but would it be 91 times 90 makes 8,190 combinations?
I think that's going to
I'm going to go with that, Jane.
Maths isn't
that
strong,
sounds good,
think,
though.
Yeah.
91. I don't know where she got 90 from, but let's go with it because it sounds good. 8,000. We'll go with over 8,000, a good TV term.
I'm not going to sit here and try and work out if she's right, though, because I think that would take me a lifetime. But it sounds...
If you take one day and then you can use it
91 times.
With all the other but then you can take another day and use it.
So would it be higher?
I think it's...
You think it's higher? Endless.
Endless
possibilities.
I think you could go forever.
Okay. I'm happy with 8,000.
But I think it's more,
though. And I'm impressed
more.
that anybody had the gumption to even know where to begin trying to work it out. Was it Jane, did we say?
Yeah, Jane.
Thank you, Jane. We'll take that, Jane.
Well done, Jane. Let's
10
get
out
going
of 10
with
to
this.
Jane. Little round of applause for Jane.
Well done, Jane. Yes, little Jane.
Because I wouldn't have even been brave enough to attempt. So we're going to take Henry and we're going to stamp Henry out just so we can see how well dies and stamps coordinate and how
Alison
easy
says
this
she's
is
not
to
that clever.
No. She likes her glue, though. That's all.
She loves her glue. She's not that clever with
all
the
we
numbers.
need to know. Okay, so we've stamped out Henry. We're now going to bring in the die. Now, I tend to leave these bits on because that means that when I anchor that down, I've got an extra area to anchor it to without having to go right the way to the edge of the metal. You can always take them away if they bother you, and you want your dies to look cleaner. But to me, it's just another sort of handy use for them bits that are left. So we're going to anchor this down, and you can see your die literally matches up all the way around where your stamp is. So we can then place that down, find our mats, and send this through to cut out Henry. Now,
I was going to say, they make nice cake toppers.
Yeah, you could do. That'd be a nice idea, yeah. Oh, I don't think... Oh, I am. There we go.
They make really good cake toppers.
And of course, you don't have to cut them out, although we're going to talk about them as being cut out because we've got that ability. You can just multi-stamp them over backgrounds and do different bits with them. You don't have to die cut every element.
Correct me if I'm wrong, because you've given us the backgrounds, the outer edges.
Yeah.
Does this mean now we can create our own masks? So if we just want to stamp them out and put them in one in front of each other, we just run that through, create a little mask?
Absolutely,
nice.
Yeah. Or if you wanted to stamp Henry in this instance and then bring in a stencil and go over and ink over the top of it. Obviously, when we cut stencils out of card, they're going to be short term. They're not going to live up as long as a 1 cut from Myla would, but it will certainly give you enough chance that you could add some colour quite easily if you wanted to, or even texture paste maybe. You could give it a try.
Yeah.
No reason why
Jane's
not.
come back. It's infinity. The amount of circles.
I could see that.
I'd have that on the packaging. Infinity amount.
Infinity circles. I don't know if a certain Space Warrior might be after us.
Oh, yeah, true.
I don't know.
Yeah, let's not go down that route.
Yeah, we could get in trouble. So, haven't yet been sort of summoned for any bad things like that. So it could be a new adventure. You never know.
Could be something different.
Something
Get
different
you
for the
out.
day. Day in court.
Day in court, talking about circles.
Oh dear. Okay, so what we're going to do is for the layers of this card, we're going to bring in the same alcohol markers as we're going to do our colouring with. And we're just going to take these round the sides. And this is just a bit of a trick really. I'm sure you've seen it a million times. But it means that when we come to colouring Henry, we don't have to go and find matching colours of cardstock. We've used the same pens and just white card to be able to create our mats to go underneath, knowing then that everything is going to match in and coordinate perfectly. So we'd add that round our layer. I've done mine here to match in with the one I've already coloured of our Henry, which is slightly lighter than the one I just shared with you, but that doesn't matter. And we're going to add that down. This is just a really quick, simple card, just to show you the building of the scene. Then we're going to bring in some white card, and we've just raised this on some foam tape. This is our 1mm foam tape, just so it's got a bit of height, but not too padded, so that we can still fit it in the envelope. And we're going to place that down on top. And then we're going to start bringing in our character. So in the background for our Henry, I've cut a little strip using our strip die of just grey card to make this look like a steel pole, so that that can hold up our work sign. And we're going to place that down on the edge here. We're then going to bring in our sign. And over the top of the sign, I've already gone over with our glue. So when I mentioned our glue will dry with like a bit of a sheen to it, hopefully you're going to pick that up. Hopefully you're going to see a little bit of a gloss to it. Not too glossy, but a little bit.
Nice.
And then we're going to bring in Henry, and we're going to stand him just there. And then we can start building up behind Henry. So we're going to bring in the little traffic cone that we've got, and we're going to place that behind his tail. And then I might leave it there. I've got a little light, actually. No, we'll add on his hat. I forgot his hat. Bring in the light as well. I'll place that down on top of the traffic cone. And then his hat, the hat also fits really nicely over Freddie the Fisherman too. So if you want to sort of make them look like they're on a job together, that'll work quite nicely.
I like this, look at this. How cute are these? Cute and cuddly, but quick and easy cards is what you're looking for on these ones. Remember, if you're going to go for that whole bundle, that's 3 dies and the stamp sets, you get all 4 of the stencils. You get the flowers and you're going to get the alphabet as £114 and 99 pence. Gets you that entire bundle. You've sort of got everything then for sort of all occasions if you want. Whether you're creating colouring books, whether you're going to run these through your scan and cut, maybe you're going to do it that way. Whether you just want to learn to colour, because the lighting and the shading on these,
perfect.
that you can really go to town with. And you've got the stencils as well, which I think really help because they match. They are ready-made cards, good to go. Shop bundle is what you're looking at. Remember, the stencils are available individually as well. If you want to go that, it's shop stencil. Everything is available in its own little bundles should you want to go down that route. It's your choice of where you want to go. Right, and what are we up to next?
So we're going to do this card next, and we're going to show you how we don't have to use the full character every time if we don't want to. We can just go in and cherry pick parts. So we're going to go for the head this time for this character. And I'm just going to find some plates. Let's see where I've hid all my plates today.
Is there another character?
No, just 3.
Oh.
Just 3.
Alison's gone down the route of, are you bringing out Rocky the Bricky out?
No, I'd like Ricky the Bricky. I like the name. I haven't come up with the character. I haven't got the name. I've got the name. The names, I love sitting and coming up with the names.
Can we come up with some more names, please?
Ricky the Bricky
of
is
more characters.
That is one I would like to add to the collection later down the line.
Pete the Presenter?
Pete the Presenter's good, yeah, I could do that.
Extras.
There is already a few in the pipeline.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we need to build out more scenes, don't we? We need to.
We need more people.
Later. Maybe even next year.
It's all later with the bigger alphabet. Later.
But I'd like to tell you more's coming. I know not every company does that, do they? But
no, they keep it under wraps.
Well, I would prefer to tell you because I think it's nice that you know that you're going to be able to build a library, build a story. And if you're looking at this and thinking, well, actually, I'd really like to start a scrapbook album and take these characters throughout that album, doing different events. Or maybe I've got the grandkids coming. It's soon going to be half term, isn't it, again? Maybe I want to sit and colour them in with the children. This could be a really fun thing that you could do. So, yeah, absolutely, we're going to have more. I've already had requests for Christmas ones, so we might have later. Again, I'm giving away too much now, but maybe some Christmas ones might come later to build in.
Eric the Elf.
Eric the Elf. I have to write these down, haven't I? So what we're going to do next is we've taken our stencil and we've sent it for our machine and we've embossed it.
Jeff the Chef.
Jeff the Chef. I think I've got a Jeff on my paper bag, but I don't think he's a chef.
Jeff the Chef.
So we've embossed it ready.
Just remember, my dad used to be a referee. Like, that was his main job, but he just used to do it in his spare time, and he's called Jeff, so he was Jeff the Ref.
Jeff the Ref. Yes.
That's a good one. I like that.
Referee with a little whistle.
Yeah. Maybe.
Maybe. It's in the pipeline. Keep them coming.
Maybe. I've loved this little world. I've had so much fun in this little world. Colouring these characters in and bringing them to life and seeing the stories you can make with them and seeing how different you can make them. I've just really enjoyed. I feel terrible every time I say this, but one of our design team members has made a card with Freddie. And to me, I feel it looks like he's a serial killer. He's just got that look in his eyes. Cats do though, don't they?
I'm scared of cats, yeah.
Loves a little nibble, so you know. But to me, I
the
think
card unsettled,
he's over here somewhere. It's I think he's with the alphabets or with the flowers. Sorry, Adam. With them, keep flicking through.
One that looks like a cereal.
That one.
This one.
It's possibly just me.
Does Wendy know these?
Yes, I've chatted about it, and then I feel really bad because I feel like it. But I like it because it shows that you can take them off in different aspects in different ways.
Because back in telly days, we'd take these off the counter altogether and no one would ever see.
Why? He's gorgeous. I think he's lovely.
Oh, I think he looks cute. I don't think he looks like a...
I just think...
He's intense. Intensely looking at the flowers.
See, I obviously put intense with serial killer.
Obviously, this is where you've gone.
This is like one of them, what do they call it when you look at splodges on a paper?
You see
I see a butterfly, I see a serial killer.
I see a lovely cat looking at the flowers, you just see a serial killer cat. Fair enough.
See, I said it could just be me. But I like that because it means that you can tell different stories.
No, it's true. I like it.
I've lost my glue in all of this. Here's my glue. So we're just going to build up our layers to go underneath Freddie. This time he's going to be in his little aperture.
They said you need a gardener, but they can't think of a name to go with.
There might be something.
Oh, there might be a gardener.
Possibly. I won't tell you anymore, but there might be a plan of. We'll see. So we're going to bring in our panel. I'm going to place that down.
Bob the bingo caller. It's very big in Grey Arm, the bingo.
Opened a new one recently.
Have they?
Yeah, I haven't been.
Oh.
I don't like bingo. You have to be silent for too long.
That's true. I get the iPad so it marks it yourself. So basically you just sit there.
Yes. Okay.
There's no real point to going, to be honest.
Could you just sat home?
And it calls it for you and everything.
Okay. Yep. I've not done that. Not done that one. Oh. Okay, let's see what way round we're doing these pearls before I muck this up. So we're going to bring this in, and I've done this already. I did this in the earlier show, but it's good to show you again because we've brought in the circles and we've brought in the stitch. So we've got the decal circle and the stitch that comes with it, and then we've put this inside the square of the deckled square with the stitch. So this is why we want matching collections so that we can bring them together and build them up just like we have here. Then we're going to bring in our lovely cat. So literally all I've done this time is I've taken Freddie and I've sent him through and I've cut him out and I've coloured him in, and then I've kind of cut him off going across his neck really, or just slightly lower, just so we've got part of the body, because we want to keep part of the body so that we can tuck that and anchor that down underneath the frame. Where if you cut him literally straight across on his t-shirt, then there's not as much to tuck under. So we're going to tuck that under and anchor that down and then bring his whiskers forward so he's just poking out of his little window. Cute. It's just nice to show you that you don't have to use all of them each time. If you don't want to, you can sort of home in at different areas. And then we're going to bring in a little panel to go up here. And we're going to add on our little sentiment, which we've already stamped in the same colour ink as what we've done our blending in, just so we've got a little sentiment up there. And then our flowers. So I'm going to show you these cut in if I can find them, because I think it'll be nice just so you can see that level of deboss as they cut through. Oh, they're in here. I'm not used to having a tray up here. My fault. Being all organised-ish and everywhere. So we'll bring in a die and let's see if we can do this out of some Miri card, because I think it's when you see these cut from Miri that you actually see the level of depth that this deboss element adds in for you. which is what we want, isn't it? We want dies which are going to give us more abilities, and this is going to do that, because once you've got them sort of indentations there, you can add ink to the top of these, you could go over the top with waxes. I can add the new Cadence waxes launched today, didn't they? So you could add those over the top and you're going to get that level between the card that you've cut into and the one that you've added. Even with Miri card, you could go over with stays on and you could colour the top layer again, so you've got that vein coming through in another colour. That would
so many possibilities.
Nice. So we'll take this away and then we'll bring in our flowers. So here's one of them, just to give you a little look at that, just so you can see that. But you're going to find details on all of these. So I've gone ahead and I've done these out of white card this time, which I don't think you see as clearly on screen. But I've done them in white so that they're matching with our scene. And I've done the leaves and foliage as well. So we're going to bring the foliage in and we're going to place that going across the top here of our circle. And then we're going to bring in a couple of flowers to place over this top part.
Oh, here we go. Jane's come to the rescue.
Has she? Okay.
If you get 91 dice, combine with one of each die, that would give you 8,190. But then you've got that times 90 for the remaining dies being combined. So it makes 737,100.
So 750,000.
Yeah, 737,100 combinations.
That's ridiculous.
Just from that one
set
of circles.
Thank you, Jane.
737,000.
So just to, you know, give Jane a proper headache, if we put in the squares that we had as well, what would that be? Would it just be double or would it be more?
I reckon it would be the same again. Because there was about the same amount of dies in each one, wouldn't there?
There is, but then that would only be leaving them as their own things, wouldn't it?
Well, it's
circles and squares. If you brought the two together,
you'd plus them together, so it'd be millions.
It'd have to be. It'd be more than double, wouldn't it?
Because you could do the same with the squares, but then you can interchange
into squares. So you do it 3 times. So it's that times 3.
Would it just be 3?
Yeah. Of course it would. I don't know if we're allowed phones.
Of course it would. Of course it would. We know, don't we? Of course it would.
Are you doing another demo?
Yeah, I'll do a demo.
The producer's just walked out, to be honest.
The producer's gone and you're on your phone. I can phone you all up into a tailspin.
Times 3 would be 2,211,300 if you bought the squares as well. What would it give you overall?
Yeah, and we're confident in this number.
Yeah, because it's
like
this again, and then you can do the same again, or maybe it'd be times 4 of that, because you can do what you do.
See, I'm watching Beast Games at the moment, where there's lots of questions like
Julie said her head's just exploded.
Yeah, I felt it would. I am as well.
Her head's just exploded. Oh, but then she just go, could be wrong. I didn't work that out. Oh, it's just she managed to just come up with numbers.
It's fine. We're okay.
I like it.
It's fine. So we're gonna bring in our stencil, and this time we're going to work on a bit of a background.
Okay.
So we're going to bring in some oxide inks, and we're going to go over the top of our stencil here, just splodging down a little bit of ink so that we've got a nice background effect. And then at home, I wouldn't normally do this because I wouldn't want to contaminate my colours. So I'm not recommending you do as I am. Do this with a blending brush, but for speed, we're going to add in just a few splodges of colour around, and then we're going to bring in another shade. We're going to add this over the top, and you can play with this. It doesn't have to be as intense as what I'm doing here.
Now, I think magic has happened.
Oh.
I think we've now got the brand new glitters on the
Have
show.
we?
Yes. If you want to shop gemstones, you need the S on the end.
Need the
It's shop gemstones. We'll get you those 4 brand new colours that launched this morning for £17.99. You can go for them individually, should you wish, but the saving is in that bundle. £17.99, all 4 colourways. Brand new colourways as well.
They are brand new. I'll give you a little flash in a second if you like. I'll find them. I'll add a piece of card over the top of this. We're going to add on our rubber mat over the top of that. So now not only are we going to emboss that stencil, we're also going to transfer the ink that we've just put on the stencil off of the stencil and onto the cardstock. And I've gone for slightly darker shades than I've done this card with, but it'll give you an idea of how you can basically create your own letter pressing going between your stencils and your embossing to create that effect, which is really cool.
I like it. I love it. This is what I like about a decent stencil. Because many people just think, oh, stencils for stenciling. But they're not. Not when
They're
you
not.
can do things. Look at this.
And what you could have done as well is we could have stamped over the top of this. So maybe something like our script stamp, which you'll find on our brand store. You could stamp over the top with a script stamp and then do this, and it would have letterpressed the stamping as well. So you would end up with more background detail than what we've got here.
I love it. Because there's filling on there. So in theory, if you
Oh, yeah.
spritz that, we could get sort of a watery colour background going
That's
on.
good.
That's
Yeah, you don't.
loads
Yeah,
you can
I'm
do
just
with a
gonna
decent stencil
sort of clear that one
that
up
you've
like
got
you
in this
can.
one. Well, they're all still talking about how many circles.
Sorry. Set you off
We've
on like
started
a little
something here.
mathematical.
Heads exploded. OMG. Brain's gone. It would be about ×3 that.
Times 3.
So I'm guessing it's ×3 of the 7,000, which is 2 million odd.
It would be, wouldn't it?
Which is what you've got if you buy the circles and the brand new squares from this morning. And Jane's come back with another caveat, just to prove, just in case. It was worked out, but not by me.
Okay.
So Jane's took the glory,
That's
but
fine.
it wasn't worked
We'll
out
have
by
that.
her, and then
We'll have
she's gone,
that.
that's why
We
you stick
don't
to the
mind.
floor.
I know. The problem is, I don't know if this is why it could have been. This might have been my problem all along.
That's why, yeah. You just got
Yeah.
tape on the bottom of your shoe.
Yeah.
Tell me about your glitters.
So glitters, we've got 4 new colours of glitters. This is our gemstones glitter. So 50ml pots of glitter, 4 exclusive colours today of aquamarine, violet sapphire, Larimar and pink sapphire. And these are really, really fine glitters. So you can put them over your double-sided tape. You could put them into texture paste if you want to. They're the same shades of glitter as what our texture paste are. So you might want to add these in and make your own combinations, your own mixes. Really, they're an ingredient that you can go off in loads of different tangents with, to be honest.
Shop Gemstones is what you're looking at with these ones. To get all 4 of them, £17.99. We've also got the ink on the show as well. So if you're liking Jamie's ink, we've got Panther, which is the black, and the Elephant, which is the grey. £6.49 each is what you're looking at for those ones. So Shop Panther will get you the black ink. Shop Elephant will get you the Elephant grey. I'm a big fan of stamping in grey these days.
Oh, grey's lovely. Yeah, it's just
It
subtle.
makes my colouring look better.
Yeah.
Makes it look like I've drawn it.
Yeah, and it's just subtle, isn't it? Very vintage. So we're going to bring in, so already I've added on one of our postage stamp squares. We've then got the panel cut out with the plain squares, so it's all coordinating together. And then we're going to bring in this little panel. So this is really, to me, where the beauty of having the interchangeability is, because we've now got that pierced circle on the inside of your postage square, showing you why having all of the different combinations.
So is that
works
one
so
of the
well.
over 2 million combinations of circles and squares that you've used?
That would be.
That would be one of the 2 million
One of-
combinations.
Can you imagine how long it would take to sit and
Make it-
cut every single combination?
Imagine making the boards.
My goodness. My board makers would quit. My parents make all of my boards. They would leave. That would be it. They
Could we
would
have
quit.
2 million circles
Yes.
cut, please?
We need to prove Jane's theory, so we need one of everyone. Off you go.
That would be a lot of cardstock.
Yes. Yeah, I don't
2
think
million.
I'd do it. I don't think I'd do it.
No, I don't think it's worth it.
So, I don't know, imagine that though. We could rent a billboard.
That'd be good.
Show it,
If
yeah.
you could do that.
Yeah. So we're going to bring in our little cake, bringing it back to some sort of sensibility.
Normality.
Going to bring in our little cake, and the cake, of course, comes in with Deirdre. So again, you don't have to use all of the components. Look around the stamp sets to see all of the different pieces that can be used individually as well. Our little cake even has happy birthday put on the top of it, so it really is a cute little cake.
Loving all of these, and you are loving them too. Remember, if you want to go for that big bundle, shop bundle. You get the 3 die sets and the stamp sets as well. You get the 4 stencils. You get the flower bouquet. Shall I let you sort another demo?
Okay.
And I'll meet you back here in a minute.
Okay.
So you're going to get 3 die sets, which are your animal die sets. You're going to get your 4 stencils, which are your stencils just here. You also get your floral, which we've hit the board for because it was under the demon cat. You also get your floral that you've got on it. I quite like the cat. And
I think he's lovely.
you get the alphabet included in this one. All for £114.99. Remember, you can split the cost as well using ClearPay, Klarna, that's on there. Split that cost so you're not paying it outright. You've got a saving of just shy of £20 that you're saving on this one, but that will get you everything you need and more. Remember as well, if you want to go for the square dies, am I allowed to say this one? Yeah. If you want to go for the square dies, shop Layer. Now, the square dies are what we saw you this morning, the brand new ones that we bought this morning, but we've just said if you add those with the circles, and yes, I know it's a considered purchase, I'm with you all the way on this one, but if you add it, there's over 2 million combinations. 2 million combinations that you can create. If you want to go for your squares, shop layer, £124.99. Remember, you've also got the glue on the show as well that you've got on this one. Oh no, I do stick to this mat now.
Ah, so it's not the sticky tape.
We were having a conversation before we came to air about, do your shoes stick to this mat? I was like, no, mine are fine, doing a little dance. Now, it's like I'm walking through treacle.
See?
Sabotage this whole show that you've got on here. We've got the glue, so you shop the litre or you can shop the minis should you want to go down that route. And you've got the circles. Am I going back to demo?
Yes, please.
Yes, please, we're going to demo.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so we're going to make our little Freddie the Fisherman easel card, which brings together our circles, which work really lovely. So we're going to start off actually by cutting one of the circles, because I think that's kind of nice to see.
Joanne, my love, I think you meant shop elephant, not shoot elephant. I think you meant shop. You just need to retype the shop word because it won't recognise it on that one. And I don't think you're allowed the emoji. Are we allowed?
The emoji's fine.
Oh, you have the emoji.
Oh, I want to shop with emojis.
Oh, I want to shop. Well, I don't think you
fun.
can shop with emojis. I think you can put it at the end of your word, but it has to be shop and then the word, but not shoot elephant. Unless you
Not
want.
shoot elephant.
I don't know. I just thought I'd point it out.
So all we're doing now is we're just showing you really how we can bring in all of these different pierced elements if we want to. For the card, we only want one outside edge, but for this, it'd be nice to show you that you can add in as many as you want to. So we've added in a few here, and we'll send this through just so you can see those pierced dies working on their own as such to make that background element. If that's something you'd like to do.
When are you back?
Tomorrow.
Oh, are you back tomorrow?
Yes, I'm back tomorrow for 2 hours at 10 a.m.
Lovely.
Yeah. We've got 2
there you
hours
go.
of the launch that we did this morning.
So if you missed it this morning, so if you missed all the squares and that sort of stuff, it's all on there.
So here, all of our piercing is done, and you can see our circle is now decorated. Now, as I say, I've chose to add in more pieces to share with you a different style of background that you might want to create, but this is the joy of giving you all of the individual pieces. It's down to you where you stop, what bits you use, how many you want to put into it. So we're going to go ahead, and we've got 3 pieces to make our easel card. Now, you'd normally do this on a scoreboard, but for speed, I'm going to... I was chatting to somebody the other day, and they were saying to me how they struggle to know where to score. If you've got your first bit trying to get that line straight, the tip I tend to use when I'm working with shaped ones to make my easel cards is if you find the point, and you do this again on a scoreboard, don't do it by hand, but find the middle point and score that bit. When you then put this onto your board, you can put the flat edge against the side and then score down to make your tab, just to make that slightly easier. Again, start from the beginning on your board, so you've got your points ready, but it'll just make it easier to get that straight line and make them 2 lines match up perfectly because you want them to be parallel.
Like it.
Once you've created that bit, or you've scored your middle bit, and you have your sort of piece that's in 2 parts, all we would do is glue that bit to the end here and glue this bit to the front to make our easel. So I've got this in a couple of different stages to share with you, but we'll see where we've got. So here we are so far, and I've decorated the bottom panels already, just so it all matches. And we're going to bring in some of our glue, and we're going to place that across this little tab that we've created. And then we can fold that back and place that onto the edge here to make the beginning of our easel card. And then we'll give that a second to pinch, and while that's waiting, we'll stick a little level on there. We'll build up a couple of our layers as well. So onto these ones, these are with the flat edges, and then I've added in the pierced element to them. So we're going to bring those 2 in and place them together. And then we can take the lid off of these ones and put this onto our actual card.
10% of the elephant and 10% of the panther ink pads have now gone, so the grey and the black.
They're just great ink pads to work with, especially when you're working with your characters, because they're alcohol marker friendly.
That's good.
So you've got no fear of any bleeding, which is what we need. They're also waterproof, so if you do wish to colour with waters and bits like that, you can do.
They're all purpose then.
Yeah, they really are. There's so many inks on the market. I didn't want to bring an ink to market that just kind of did one thing. We'd got to make sure that what we was bringing would replace several and really fill a void. So that was kind of our mission. so to speak.
And it works. 30% of the gemstones as well, the glitters, the 4 brand new glitters have now gone as well. Get in before the rush. Yes, they'll be on tomorrow's show because that's where we launch them for the 2-hour special. But you get in now so you know you've got yours.
They're so much fun. They're such ultra fine glitters as well. And they're going to come in so handy to doing all your Christmas techniques too. You know, I know we mentioned earlier that Christmas is never far away, and it isn't, is it really? Especially in the craft world.
Christmas in June, July?
Well, June, I think. I think we'll start for ourselves this year in June, I think. Yeah. We're already talking Christmas and starting on designs, and as you have to.
We'll be here before we know it. I don't want to wish people's life away. I better go mental in the chat.
I don't know about everybody else. I'm not the hugest Christmas fan, as in the event, but I love crafting for it. That opportunity to bring out all of the Christmassy colours and actually work in a Christmas palette, I really enjoy. Christmas itself is fine, but it's the crafting is the bit I love. I love doing that side of it. So we're pushing this a little bit too quickly, maybe. Oh, we might be all right. And there we have our little easel element. If I give that a little squidge at the back there.
Quick and easy, mate. But this is what you can create once you've got the right tools for the job.
We're
it
not
makes
standing.
it all
There
easier.
we go.
There you go.
There
Look,
we
we don't need
go.
one made earlier.
Give it a minute.
Done. Get hold of them. Get hold of them while you can. You're loving the bundle. You're loving the critters. You've got those stencils. If you wanted to go down that route as well, Shop Stencil will get you all 4 of the stencils. Maybe you're just going to use the stencils on their own. Your budget won't stretch for anything else at the moment. It's worth having a little go. 10% as well of the circles now have already gone. Remember, if you're going for the circles and your budget will stretch, and only if your budget will stretch, throw in them squares. We've worked out in the chat there's over 2 million different combinations.
That's ridiculous.
That's a lot of cards.
That's ridiculous. That's a lot you're going to do before you get bored of it, isn't it?
Well, it is really. And we've not even started adding in the other shapes.
No.
There's just 2 million with just 2 of them that you've got in this one. So it's worth having a little look at those. Where do you want me to go next? Lovely. What do you want to do? Oh, do you want to do another demo? Or do you want
We've only got 3 minutes.
Yes, 3 minutes.
Do you want to look at the
look at the
boards
counter
again?
again?
Do you want to do that? I don't mind. I'm easy. Don't ever ask me.
Let's go the
I
boards
know nothing.
again that you've got on this one. Right, and let's look at the bundle. Remember, everything is available individually. Let's start with the stamps first of all. This is Shop Bundle that you've got on here. Or if you just want the stamps on their own, you can do that as well. They're £53.99 on their own. These are amazing. I love these sorts of stamps though.
They're just cute, aren't they? So this one is Freddie the Fisherman again. So you've got all of the setup there to build Freddie into his little scene if that's something you would like to do. But of course, all of these elements can then be interchanged throughout the different sets. So if I then share with you Hazardous Henry. Hazardous Henry is our sort of workman, again with all his stamps and dies that you're going to need. There's also a couple of little sentiment pieces. We used one of them on the card we made, but you've also got Caution Birthday Ahead. And of course, that can be interchanged with Freddie. And then finishing off our stamp and die sets, we've of course got Deirdre, who is always up for the party and comes with her own disco ball, little glass, balloons, streamers and party hat. And of course the party hat looks cute on all of the different characters too.
I love them. If you want to go for the stamps on their own, Shop Clan is what you're looking at for that one, £53.99. Then you've got the stencils, Shop Stencil if you want to go for them individually, i.e. just the bundle, or Shop Bundle if you want to go for everything. I think these are so versatile.
A stencil can be used in so many different ways with so many different mediums. Again, you've kind of got endless opportunities. Where we start off at the beginning with the feline paws and bones. We then move into the spanners. We've then got the canine paws and bones, and then we end with the balloons and streamers. So again, perfectly fitting in with all of our characters to build their stories.
If you just want to go for the stamps and the stencils together, it's Shop Mega. That will get you all 3 sets of stamps and dies and all 4 stencils, £71.99. But obviously in that bundle, you're also going to get the florals, part of that bundle, Shop Bundle, or Shop Floral if you want it individually for £14.99.
So this one's giving you all of your different sort of whimsical flowers, and then you've got all of your branchy parts to go with them as well.
Look at the time again.
I know, it goes so quick,
We've got one more. Let's quickly do the alphabet. Sharp Velvet, if you want the alphabet, the uppercase and the lowercase, and the numbers. Give me 30 seconds.
So altogether, you're going to have everything you need to match in, not only with this set, but also all of our original banner set of sentiments too, to build out that library.
And Shop Velvet if you wanted to go for those, and Shop Bundle. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure. Let's not leave it 6 months.
No,
before
okay.
we see each other
We'll
again.
have to petition if it's that long.
Well, we think we will. We think
Right.
we will. I'd have to these, who knows, and I'll be back, to be perfectly honest. Don't go anywhere. I'm with Amanda up next, and we're looking at little cute fluffy bunnies that would work really well with these. We shall see you very soon. You're back tomorrow at 10.
Yep, tomorrow at 10. See you then.
See you then. Try now. Bye now. Bye.